My life is a crystal prison, vibrating with the rhythm. I get some of the downloads, I break out the rhythms. I dip my feet in the ocean, came back with the notion that the key unlocks all things is affection and devotion to myself, note to self. Hit it in a plain sight, sitting on the shelf, eating cosmic soul food, compliments to the shelf. I'm digesting this truth, that's revealing the wealth. Mindset rewritten and revised with my first eye. I read and receive every chapter with peace. Living bad when my sky was getting greased by the ones who gave me unconditional love like the trees. Peace, joy, hey, that's all I'm spreading love. Peace, joy, that's all I'm spreading love. Peace, joy, that's all I'm spreading. I know where I'm headed.
Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to day 2 of our 13 days of self-witnessing. Yesterday, we explored the power of ancestral remembrance. We reflected on the generations that came before us and the countless lives, choices, sacrifices, and the acts of courage that made our existence possible. Today, I want to take that reflection one step deeper, because the ancestors are not only behind us, they are within us. Many of us imagine our ancestors as a distant figure who existed somewhere in the past. We picture old photographs, family stories, names written in records and family trees. And while those things are important, ancestral connection is much more intimate than that. The truth is that people who came before us did not simply disappear into history. Their influence continued to move through us. It shows up in our habits, our instincts, our talents, our dreams, our ways of relating to others, our ways of overcoming challenges, and sometimes in the deepest part of ourselves, it shows up in ways that we cannot fully explain. Have you ever noticed yourself responding to a situation with wisdom that seemed to come out of nowhere? Have you ever felt drawn towards a certain craft, skill, passion without understanding why? Have you ever found yourself carrying a strength that emerged precisely when it was needed? These moments invite us to consider that we may be carrying more than our own experiences. We may be carrying a living legacy. These are gifts that travel through generations. This is compassion, our creativity, leadership, our intuition, perseverance, our faith, vision, our ability to nurture, build, and heal. Sometimes these qualities arrive through conscious teaching, and sometimes they arrive through energetic inheritance. This can be a grandmother's resilience, a grandfather's determination, an ancestor's artistic spirit, a family member's devotion to service. The qualities that help them navigate their lives may continue expressing themselves through yours. Self-witnessing invites you to become aware of these patterns, not to lose ourselves in the past, but to remember and understand who we are in the present. Because when we recognize the gifts we carry, we begin to appreciate our lives much differently. We stop seeing ourselves as isolated individuals trying to figure out everything alone. And we begin to see ourselves as an unfolding story. A story that did not begin with us, and one that will continue beyond us. Of course, ancestral inheritance is not limited to gifts. Sometimes we inherit fears, silences, protective habits, ways of coping that were necessary for survival in another time. Part of self-witnessing is learning to discern what is ours to carry forward and what is ours to lovingly release. The goal is not to repeat the past unconsciously. The goal is to become conscious enough to choose, to honor the gifts, to heal the wounds, and to participate intentionally in the legacy we are creating. Because one day, someone may look back at your life the way you look back at those who came before you. One day, someone may inherit the qualities you cultivate today, the courage you embody, the kindness you practice, the truth you speak, the love you share, and all of these things become part of a legacy you leave behind. So today, I invite you to become curious about the qualities that feel timeless within you. What strengths appear naturally? What wisdom feels ancient? What gifts seem to arrive without effort? Perhaps these are clues. Perhaps these are a sacred inheritance. Perhaps they are reminders that the ancestors are not merely memories. They are living through the ways we choose to show up in the world. Today's reflection is, what qualities do I carry that feel older than me? Take time to sit with that question. Write down whatever comes forward. Allow yourself to notice gifts, instincts, and strengths that seem woven into the fabric of who you are. You may discover that some of the greatest qualities are much part of a larger story. And in recognizing them, you honor both yourself and those who came before you. I want to thank you for joining me on day 2 of our 13 days of self-witnessing. Tomorrow, we will begin our exploration of the heart and the wisdom as we reflect on listening to the voice of the heart. Until then, honor the gifts you carry. Honor the story you embody. Honor the living legacy that moves through you. This is Brittany Vibez, and I'm witnessing with you. Until next time, remember, your authenticity is sacred, your presence is powerful, and your light was never meant to be hidden. Ashe.